The relationship between soil and water goes back billions of years, when rainwater, freezing and thawing in the cracks of rocks, broke off tiny mineral fragments that built up over millennia to become the only known soil in the universe, out of which the common ancestor to all life on Earth once crawled. For ecologists Diana Wall and Osvaldo Sala, water matters to soil in another way. It provides a home to the countless unseen life forms that live in the soil and make it such a wonderful place for life to form. To study how changes in rainfall that are predicted to occur with climate change might affect both life above and below the soil horizon, the team builds rainout shelters at 3 research stations across the western United States. One that's wet in Kansas, one that's dry in New Mexico, and one somewhere in between in Colorado. Outside Colorado State University, the team measures out their experimental plots. Those with shelters receive less rainfall and direct water to those hooked up with sprinklers, which will simulate heavy rainfall. They'll compare to plots that get ambient rainfall, and with video cameras and other sensors, they'll see what changes underground.
So Cecilia, we have some of this.
After weeks in the shop, the system is up and running.
It was a Sunday afternoon. We calibrated all the irrigation, but we didn't have time to double check if everything was alright. So that's why we really need to come here as soon as possible and check if the things are working well. So we have this float suite, and when it's raining, the water comes from the gutters, and then the float suite turn the pump on, and then we send water to the irrigation.
The team predicts that an altered rainfall regimen will impact nematodes, microscopic worms found in soils all over the world. The team's work in the dry valleys of Antarctica, for example, has shown that water is everything to the microscopic life that's arisen in the coldest, driest soil on Earth. But it's not easy to identify nematodes in the lab. They first must be sampled, collected, moved to a microscope, and separated by feeding group.
Today we've got a woman called Dorota who's going to come in and teach us about how to identify the different genre, a little broader than species, but still quite complex, and they can be very similar to one another, and the differences between them are a little subtle.
Nematodes are the most abundant animals on Earth. For every 5 animals, 4 of them are nematodes. Okay, so really just amazing way how they occupy all sorts of environments.
Did you get one yet?
I cannot even see the thing.
After one last trip to the field to fix a few last-minute changes to the irrigation system, the experiment will be underway soon.
Precipitation is the principal, the major control in the primary productivities. So here we simulated some scenarios that we're expecting to have in the next years with climate change and the global change.
It's good.
And we are very excited for the next year, for the first sampling, and begin to have data and to look the responses of our friends, our below ground community.